Two mamas sharing real life conversations about faith, motherhood, marriage, and homemaking with plenty of encouragement, laughter, and grace along the way. So grab your coffee
or sweet tea,
settle in, and be part of the community where faith and everyday life meet. Because here, there's always room for one more on the porch.
Hello, and welcome back to the porch.
Hey, how's it going? We are at week 2, the second episode. I am so excited to be here.
Yes, and thank you for everyone that is watching. We're so thankful for you.
Yes, we've already gotten some great ideas moving forward of new things that we want to incorporate, different things that we want to do. So we are just excited to be back for episode 2.
We are. And we're going to start talking about what's been going on at our houses. And we hope that all of your week has been good so far.
Yeah, how has your week been, Whitney?
It's been really, really good. Actually, I did a little bit of spring cleaning around my house, and we did a couple of things here and there. I found a shark tooth. I'm really excited about that.
Yes. You went to a local state park, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I went to a local state park, and it's known for fossils and stuff. And literally, I was sitting there digging around with my hands, pulling the water up into my hands. And I sat there and I literally prayed. I was like, God, I really want to find a shark tooth. I really want to find one. Please let me find one. And
wow.
We sat there for an hour. I didn't find one. And then this little kid came up to play with Sadie, and he had a sifter.
Mm-hmm.
And he handed me the sifter. He let me play with it. And so my second pass on the sifter, and there was a shark tooth in there.
Wow, that's really awesome.
I thought so too.
That's really awesome.
How about you?
I had an okay week as far as, just the week went. It was a little stressful, some stuff going on at work, but I think we've moved past it, and my 3D printer came in on Friday. So I am super excited about that, got that going, and can't wait to be printing off some stuff. I think my first real print besides the test print is going to be a pot for one of my houseplants.
Oh, that's exciting. Oh, we talked about making those little egg things. I hope we can make some type of cute little egg holder, because I really want one for when my chickens start laying eggs.
Oh, yes. Yeah. So I will try to link the post in the description for y'all to be able to see, but Whitney shared this really cool homemade egg holder that you would sit out on your counter for her fresh chicken eggs, or like if you were doing it at Easter time to decorate eggs. But it was really cool. It was made out of polymer clay, just kind of molded to egg carton that you would get from the store. And then she used a napkin to make the design for it, right?
Yeah, and I saw so many cute designs on Amazon. They had seashell type ones, and you can get ones that have chickens on them. And you can get ones, they make them specifically for decoupage napkins.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Yeah, and you can buy almost any pattern you like.
Wow, now you're making me we're not a egg on the counter kind of family. We get most of our eggs from the grocery store, so they're already refrigerated. But yeah, that's really cool. Maybe I can make a decorative bowl or something.
You can make anything. Like, the sky is the limit. I was really excited when I saw that. And I was thinking, like, oh, I'm going to get Ashley, see if Ashley would make it for me. But then I was thinking, it really doesn't look that hard. Maybe I can do it. I thought you used a special oven.
No, when I did polymer clay stuff, I used my regular oven. So
like a really low temperature.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. There were a lot of people who did have special small ovens for them, but they were a lot more full time than I was. I did it occasionally, maybe one batch a week. So I wasn't really concerned about plastics in the oven.
She made earrings, and they were very cute.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Yeah. Until Luke came along, and then I didn't have time for that anymore.
Our kids, we love them so much, but sometimes they definitely take up our time, and we can't do the things as much as we like.
Yeah, definitely. It does go that way sometimes.
You've been potty training this week.
Yes. We are trying to do potty training, and it has ended up more of bare butt time over the weekend. And then when, he goes to stay during the day while I'm at work with my cousin, she has him in the little training underwear that kind of absorbs a little bit more. But I would say we're getting there. He definitely does a pee-pee dance, so we can kind of tell when he needs to go, but he's, for whatever reason, just struggling a little to actually release on the potty. Yeah. So we're working through that.
I understand. It's not easy.
No.
It is one of the hardest things I think that I've encountered since having a child, as far as teaching them how to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's a lot of steps because if you think about it, they have to learn how to climb up. If they're doing a step stool, they have to learn how to climb up on the step stool, how to push their pants down, how to push their underwear down. It's a lot of steps to going to the potty. So I completely understand. But it's like, if I'm doing all of the work for you and all you have to do is sit there and pee, like, please just sit there and pee.
Yeah, so I get it. My thing is, I will ask her, do you have to go potty? And she'll say, yes, I have to go potty. And I'll say, okay, let's go sit on the potty. And she will sit there for 20 minutes and she will not pee. And then she'll be like, I don't have to pee. And then she'll get down and literally pee like 5 seconds later. I'm like, you were almost there. You could, if you wouldn't have got down, you would have peed in the potty.
Well, just saying yes that she has to go to the potty is a big thing because I think most kids, when you ask them, they say no.
Yeah.
So I know sometimes how Luke can be. He can sometimes say, no, I do not want to go to the potty. And I'm like, okay, we don't have to go then. We can go in 3 minutes or 5 minutes. That's your choice. And then he just refuses to answer.
It's like, what is 5 minutes?
I do not know what that is. So I think we're talking about kind of getting into cleaning the house, a big spring cleaning. But you were telling me about something that you had seen on social media.
Oh yeah, I watched this girl. She's actually an Orthodox Jew on Facebook, and she shares a day in her life almost every single day. And I learn a lot of things from her, actually. I mean, things that I did not understand before that are actually in the Bible, like the Jewish people, they clean their house before Passover. They literally have to get every single crumb of bread or leaven out of their house before they can welcome Passover in. And that's where it came from, spring cleaning.
Wow, that is really interesting.
I thought it was too. I was like, wow. And so anytime I hear something from her and I know that it's in our Bible, I'm like, let me check that out. I can't remember what the last thing was, but it prompted me to read the book of Esther, which was really good. I thought that was a good book.
Yeah, definitely. I know that I have recently been listening to a homemaking podcast, and she was talking about, she's doing a big spring cleaning run of episodes, a little like thing of spring cleaning, and she was talking about historical spring cleaning, that it was a necessity in order to clean your air quality inside your home because people were using wood stoves or just methods of heating during the winter with all of the windows closed. There was no chance to let fresh air in. You got soot all over your walls, all over the furniture, all over everything. And so they would literally take everything out, clean it all, go beat the rugs outside. Thank goodness for vacuum cleaners these days.
I cannot imagine. You know how heavy rugs are. I mean, and their rugs were huge. They took up whole rooms. So if you were rich and you had a big, huge room, you would have.
Well, hopefully if you were rich, you had house cleaners that could do that for you.
But or house cleaners.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really have, we have a lot of carpet in our house.
You do. And I have no carpet, but I do have a rug that I really love.
Yeah, it is a very pretty rug. Yeah.
We didn't.
Can you imagine having to go beat it outside though to clean it?
No, I couldn't, because it's really heavy. For one, it's heavy. And the second thing is you have to move all your furniture off of it.
Yeah, but they had to move their furniture to clean it anyway, to clean the walls behind it and everything. I just cannot imagine. Thank goodness for the central heat we have these days.
Yes. And I can attest to the soot in the house, because we lost power one year when it was really cold outside and we had the kerosene heater in the house. And I don't know how, but soot got all over anything that was white. You could see it on the toilet seat. And the kerosene heater was in my kitchen. My house is not big, so it didn't have far to travel. But still, it went all the way into my bathroom and it was all over everything.
Oh, wow.
So imagine how nasty their houses were, because they had literally nasty burning wood in their house all over.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, no wonder they talk about cleaning being such an important role in the house and their health.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
I actually read, this is kind of a little bit off topic, but hauntings and stuff. There were a lot of hauntings back then because they were getting carbon monoxide poisoning and it caused hallucinations. So they weren't really seeing ghosts. They were having hallucinations because they were being poisoned by all the bad stuff in their air.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I thought that was very interesting. I mean, I can imagine. It kind of makes sense because there's a lot of stories out there.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. It really makes you thankful for all of the modern conveniences that we have today.
Yes, I'm thankful for air conditioner. Actually, when I pray at night, I thank for the air conditioner all summer long. I'm like, thank you, God, that I have air conditioner in this house because I can't imagine living back then and it's hot and we're sweating and we got to open the windows and the mosquitoes are flying in.
Yeah.
It was probably miserable for them.
Well, do you think that they,
Have screens?
yeah,
Maybe, but maybe
I don't
not.
know.
I'm
Yeah.
seeing a lot of old houses that look like, if you look at the old houses, it doesn't look like there are a place for screens. I could be wrong, but
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, thank God whoever invented screens so that way, even if we do want to open our windows, we have the mosquito protection inside
Yes.
the house.
I'm very thankful for that. We are very fortunate to have all the things that we have.
Yes, we are. So, speaking of spring cleaning, I hear that you had an exciting adventure spring cleaning this week.
I did. I told Adam, I was like, I would like to pull out the appliances in the kitchen and clean behind them because I know right beside my refrigerator is where I chop a lot of food. I do my sourdough on that, on that counter. I know that there's stuff that has fallen down and it needs to be cleaned. And so he pulled it out. And I was like, while it's pulled out, I'll get the vacuum cleaner and I'll suck off the coils and maybe the refrigerator one. And so he pulls it out and he gets down on his hands and knees and he's looking underneath of it. And he was like, oh my gosh, no vacuum cleaner is ever going to clean that off. I got to go get my air compressor. And I was like, I don't think that's a good idea. I think we should probably take it outside. And he was like, oh no, it's not going to be that bad. It'll be fine. So he goes, gets the air compressor. He's back in the house. He turns it on. Sadie's screaming because she's afraid.
It's loud.
Of the sound.
Yeah, it's loud.
And he starts blowing it off. And I'm like, oh, well, it's not that bad. Like, it seemed fine. And then literally 5 minutes later, the entire air in the house was dusty. It looked like fog in the house. And I was like, Adam, turn it off. I'm trying to like scream at him over. I'm like, you got to turn it off.
Oh my God.
And so it was a nightmare. And I literally had to dust every single thing in this house. I'm talking mail. I'm talking all the stuff I pulled off the top of the refrigerator and put on the counter because I thought that it was going to be fine. I mean, it took me hours.
Yeah.
To clean up.
So you got a good deep spring clean in.
Yeah, it was one that I really didn't plan on going that far.
Including the back of the refrigerator.
Oh my gosh. I was a little bit irritated at first, but then after I was done, I was like, that was probably a good thing that happened because I probably wouldn't have dusted off the Fruit Loops on top of this.
They would have gotten dusted when you threw them in the trash because they were done.
Exactly. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I feel like I have just been trying to maintain a cleanliness around the house. I got this new cleaning app called Toddy, I think is how you say it. It's TODY. And I've gone through and set up all of the cleaning tasks that need to be done by room. And so I've been trying to spend like 10 to 15 minutes every day just doing some cleaning. And one thing that really helped me is I am super productive in the morning. And so instead of just using my morning to get a shower, do the typical routine stuff, I decided let me do my showers in the evening and use my most productive time in the morning to do some housework. Yeah. So I started doing that this past week, and that has really helped me to be able to get that 10 to 15 minutes in the morning where I can go through and I can't really run the vacuum because Luke is still sleeping, but sweep the floors or mop the floors or do some other cleaning tasks that in the evenings, I just don't feel like doing.
Yeah.
So even though I'm not doing that typical really good deep clean, I feel like my house is getting cleaner with that.
That's good.
So I'm going to keep trying it.
Yeah, that is really good. I definitely kind of do the same thing. I never take my showers in the morning. I wake up and before I even leave my bedroom, my bed is made. More often than not. I've always been that way though. I cannot stand to get into a bed that is not made. So
have you heard about letting your bed air though?
Yes, I have. Like burping your bed. They call
burping?
Yeah, they call it burping your bed or burping your house. When you open up your windows, it's called burping your house. And when you leave your bed wide open, it's burping your bed, getting all the icky. And I will like with my sheets to get all the, whatever.
Yeah.
Might be in there. Disgusting.
Yeah. So I will get out of bed, go make my coffee, let the bed air for like I don't know, until I'm dressed, and then I make my bed. So
Right.
I let it get some time to air out.
Yeah.
Or burp.
Yeah. I will fluff it. I don't do it every day, but like maybe every 3 days, I will really swish out my blankets and my sheets, and I will smack my pillowcases really hard and just get it clean.
Yeah.
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 So this week I decided to make a menu of everything that I was going to eat every day of the week. Normally I'm the type of person that wakes up in the morning, I'm like, I wonder what I should have for dinner tonight. And I will literally figure it out or go to the store and pick up the last little bit of ingredients that I need. But the menu and the meal planning thing for me worked pretty well.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I'm glad you're so spontaneous. I am the exact opposite of
Yes.
that. So, but you followed your menu. You did well.
I did. I followed my menu, but I did not do Saturday or Sunday because I knew Adam would be off and I knew it was his birthday. So I was like,
Yeah.
I don't know what we're doing those days.
Yeah.
But for other than that, I did follow my menu pretty well.
There was still some last minute tweaks in there because you just have to have that spontaneity.
Yes, but I started off strong. I made it all the way to Wednesday.
That's good.
Yeah,
That's good.
I was proud of myself
I
because
mean,
I'm not that person.
Even for the planner me, so I am super planner when it comes to my meals. The one question that I hate is what are we having for dinner? And it felt like when Nathan and I started living together, we started doing meal planning because we would just go to the grocery store one time a week. But what are we going to have for dinner this week? It was the worst question ever. And every week it was like, I don't know what we want. We just had that. I feel like we just had that. Spaghetti. No, we just had that last week. This. No, it just felt like constant. So I started doing a 4-week rotation. So I would come up with, what is that? Like maybe 20 meals.
Right.
And I would plan 5 each week for 4 weeks. And then I just go through it. Week 1, I know what I'm having. Week 2, I know what I'm having. By the time that you get to week 4, but when you go back to week 1, it doesn't feel like we just had that because we've been through 4 weeks. And then it takes the mental load off each week. And we do that for the season. So I go through it 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the beginning of the next season, I have to go through and plan new meals. But sitting down and picking out 20 new meals for the next 3 months doesn't seem that bad when I can save so much time each week and that dreaded what are we having for dinner this week question.
I think everyone, especially women, resonate with that. Everybody hates that.
Yes.
What do we want for dinner? And you know in your mind, I really don't want this. I really don't want that.
Yeah.
And, it's so hard. And then, the other person's like, I don't want that. And I don't want that.
Yeah.
It's so annoying.
Yes.
But luckily for me, Adam works at night. So usually I could just be like, this is what I'm having for dinner. And you can eat it when you get home. If you don't like it, then I'm really sorry about that. But this is what we had.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll pick up a plate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, whatever works, but yeah, I definitely think meal planning. And then meal planning is the key, especially for saving money at the grocery store. I feel like because you know what you're getting, you can go in with the list. You're not going to get a whole bunch of extra, especially if you just follow your list.
Yeah.
And then you can plan. For us, the weeks that we do hamburgers, I'll also plan sloppy joes. So we use all of the hamburger buns versus having one week and one the next. And then by that point, the buns are stale. We're not going to use them. I have to buy them again.
I literally don't understand why they put the amount of buns that they do. I don't think that we've ever used an entire package of hot dog buns or an entire package of hamburger buns all in one go. It always gets thrown away unless I make garlic bread out of it or something.
Yes.
I'll do that every now and again if I remember. But once I'm done with the hot dogs, I'm done with the hot dog buns. Unless they're sitting right on my counter and I'm looking at them.
Well, so that's where my meal planning really helps me because I plan, like I said, if we're doing hamburgers, then I also do sloppy joes. If I'm doing hot dogs, I try to do spaghetti so we can use the buns for garlic bread. So like I plan it out so that way I can try to do that. And even ham, like my meats, if we want to do ham one night, like a little small ham, I will plan to do ham pot pie later in the week. So that way I don't waste my ham. I just try to do it so we can make our food stretch as far as we possibly can.
Right. I definitely will freeze things. Like carcasses of chickens and carcasses of turkeys and my ham bones that have a little bit of meat.
Do you make a broth out of it?
I'll make broth for my chickens and turkeys, and with my ham bones, usually I'll do a pot of beans, like navy beans or pinto beans or something like that. And my grandparents did that. It were so nostalgic for me.
My gosh, yeah.
Of my grandma's house.
Yeah, I just cannot imagine. Well, number one, we have so many freezers and we're still running out of room in the freezer.
Yeah. You know, me and Adam were talking about buying a whole half a cow, splitting a cow with someone. I feel like that's worth it because beef is really expensive.
Yes, and I hear that it's going to get even more expensive.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that would definitely be something cool to look into. And I could definitely make room in the freezer if Nathan and I decided to do that. I would give up the frozen pancakes and whatever else.
Yeah, that sounds like a good way to go. I think that is the way to go, and I totally do it. And then I've seen people that don't eat the tongue or the heart.
Oh yeah,
they'll grind it up and make it dog food for a dog if you have a dog. I don't have a dog, but
yeah,
you know, you could still utilize that if you have pets, especially.
Oh wow, interesting. Yeah, we don't have pets like that either, but I've never heard of that, and I guess I just assumed that the farmer who had the cow is the one who used those different parts that nobody specifically wanted to eat. But that's cool.
Yeah, I thought so too.
So we moved our Bible study to Wednesday this past week, and we were actually able to get together and talk about the next chapters of Revelation. And so I've been reading through that this week. What about you?
I don't know if I read any farther, and I get confused because I jump around my Bible like crazy. But for some reason, I decided to read Mark the other night, and I had four chapters last night. And last night, as I was reading it, I was reading chapter 9, verse 49, and it says, "Everyone will be salted with fire, and salt is good, but if it loses its saltiness, how can you make it salty again? Have salt among yourselves and be at peace with each other." And I thought about it, and I was like, you know, we really want to, this is the whole point we started this, because we want, not that we're perfect in any way, or, you know, we're not really bad sinners every now and again, or have been in the past, but we want for everyone to understand and feel the way we feel about the Bible, because it's important. That's what God commands us to do.
Yeah.
So we want to reach other people and, you know, maybe just be a light or be salty in a good way.
Yeah.
You know? So I have a new, international version.
Yeah,
Bible.
NIV, yeah.
And in the notes for that verse, it says, "To be effective, salt needs to touch the food that needs it. Christians must not withdraw from the world, but engage with it wisely. When we lose the desire to salt the earth with the love and the message of God, we become ineffective for Him." So that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, I think the only thing I can assume is that God really placed doing this podcast, putting it on my heart for the fact that I hope that we can reach other women, other mamas that are in our situations that are, you know, maybe just feeling like they're trying to get by, just struggling, and maybe we can be a light to them. That's my hope, at least.
Yes, I think that it definitely does. I mean, being a mom is not easy, and it can feel very lonely sometimes.
Yes.
And you feel like you're doing it all, and like it's a very underappreciated job that you're doing.
Yes.
And
kids are not going to just come to you and be like, "Thank you, Mom," at least not at this age.
Exactly. And reading the Bible has really got me through a lot of things. Like, Revelation, not so much, because Revelation can be a little bit dark, but I think it's important.
Yes.
It's very important. Yeah. But, you know, other things, it lifts us up in so many ways.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
And we want to lift everyone else up too.
Yes. Yes, that is very true. Yeah. I think for me, I wasn't actually I've been reading the Bible in Revelation, but like you said, it's a more of a dark book in the Bible. But I was listening to a podcast every morning when I drive into work. I listen to a different podcast, or I try to listen to a different podcast. And I forget who said it, but somebody had said that basically they were talking about taking a day of rest, the Sabbath,
Yes.
which I know we talked about some going back and forth about a Sabbath day, what does that look like, that type of thing. But this lady that I was listening to in the podcast had said that when you are already feeling so behind in your housework and being a mom and your work and, whatever you have going on in your life, that if you specifically take time out to take a Sabbath day or even just to spend 15 minutes in your Bible when you have a packed day, that you are showing so much trust in God that trust that he will give you the time back to do what you need to do in your day.
Yeah.
And even though I kept thinking, yes, I want to take a Sabbath, but I don't know what that looks like. I don't this doesn't feel quite as important to me, but I want to try it.
Yeah.
When she said it that way, it was like a light bulb. And it's so crazy how you can listen to so many things about why the Sabbath is important, like why it is. Going back listening to the Bible, I was listening to a different podcast and they were talking about the 70 years that the Jewish people were exiled because they didn't take Sabbaths. Like that equated to the amount of Sabbath days that they missed.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'll have to look up the actual book and chapter and everything. But it just kind of drew my attention back to the Sabbath day. And then I heard that quote and I was like, okay, so maybe I do really need to put some energy into figuring out what a Sabbath day looks like to me, because I don't think I would take it to the extreme of how Jewish people do it today.
Right. They literally have buttons on their refrigerators and on their stoves.
Yeah.
For them to not
Do work.
certain things.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
very, I mean, I think it's a good thing. I don't think it's bad. I don't look at it like, oh, that's not good, but I feel like it's very extreme and very hard for someone like us to go straight into being that extreme, because we've never even really done it before.
Right. Yeah. So I think just practically saying whatever day I choose, whether it's Saturday, Sunday, whatever, this is going to be my day where I am not checking my phone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll have it on to if an emergency happens, but otherwise I'm not going to be checking my phone. I'm going to truly just be spending time with my family, in the Bible, praying, just kind of living a simple life for one day that is focused around God and appreciating what we have in our life. But again, practically, how does that look? Because as it goes right now, Sundays are my day where I'm trying to hustle and prep and get ready for the week ahead. And then Saturdays, it just feels like we always have something going on. Currently this week we're recording our podcast on Saturdays, and it's that I would consider that as work. And so I think it's just difficult to figure out practically what does a Sabbath look like in our lives.
Right. I agree. I definitely agree. I would love to put my phone down and not touch it at all. And it is so hard for me to do that. I feel like our phones have turned into, it's our camera. Oh, you want to take a picture? Pick up your phone. Oh, you want to check what time it is? Pick up your phone. Oh, you need an alarm clock? Here's your phone. Oh, you want to figure out how to get to this place that you want to go? Pick up your phone and look at your GPS and figure out how to get there. And we rely on it for everything. And I really don't think it's a good thing, because even though we're picking it up to use our GPS, we don't just look at that. We look at the time. Oh, I got a message. Oh, I got a notification from Facebook. Oh, I got this. And it's just it takes over our brains in a way that I think is not good.
Yeah. So I think for me, one thing that truly helped me was I turned off all non-essential notifications. So Facebook, Instagram, emails, all of that went away. I do not get any of those notifications anymore. So that truly helped me to when I pick up and granted, I'm not perfect, but when I pick up my phone, I am less likely to get distracted when I'm going to look for directions.
Right.
Than if I had all those notifications staring me in the face. And it is really hard. It was really hard at the beginning, because I constantly was going back to look at the app to check did something happen? What's going on? But now that it's been, goodness, it's probably been close to a year that I did that, I'm feeling so much better. And then the other suggestion that I got was grayscaling your phone, because it's the colors that really draw you and pique your interest.
Right.
I tried that for 30 minutes. And I was like, I can't do this.
I sometimes at night, I will go in my room and I'll turn the TV off and I will decide that I'm going to read the Bible. And I might look up things like about like I feel anxious, you know, and I will Google good things to read. And then, you know, like I get stuck on my phone, and then I will literally throw my phone across the bed. And I'm like, "This is the devil trying to distract me
that's
from
what I
what I'm
was about
supposed
to
to be
ask
doing."
you. Do you think that's the devil,
Yes.
like coming in and being like, "Oh, yep, this is an easy way to snap her away from the Bible"?
Yes, exactly. Like,
Yeah.
I pick it up with good intentions, and then I end up like, "Oh, I got a Facebook notification," or "Oh, so and so texted me," or "Oh, I should call my grandma," which is not a bad thing. I should call my grandma,
Yeah.
but like. Everything. There's just so many things.
It's the distraction away from you and the like in the word.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like he doesn't want you to read it. He wants to keep you as far
or
from
like
it as possible.
prayer, like you get into prayer and it's like something happens.
Mm-hmm.
Like the kids come running crying for you, or like
or you get to praying about something that's bothering you, and then you start thinking about it and you stop praying and you start thinking about how irritated you are with it, or how anxious it's making you feel, or how angry it's making you feel, and you stop praying and you just start thinking about, and that's the whole point of prayer, is for him to take it away, and for us to not pick it up anymore. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I know that the devil is trying to attack me right now because I get so off course. I've really gotten a lot better lately, like really focusing.
I think the more you practice, the better you get, like the better you are at blocking those attacks.
Yes, I think so too.
Yeah.
It's very helpful. And I feel like the other night, actually, I was in here praying and Adam was asleep. Like he works nights. Mm-hmm. So he really takes a lot of nap. Like he takes a nap during the day. Yeah. And when he's off, his schedule gets thrown off. Mm-hmm. So he'll take a nap and he will get up right when I'm about to go to sleep.
Right. Yeah. And that's his day.
Right. And so I was reading my Bible in here, and he turned the TV on, and I was like, I can't focus like this. I'm tired anyway. I'm going to go get into bed. Mm-hmm. I went and got into bed. I picked up my Bible. I started reading it. And I prayed after I was done reading the Bible. I never picked up my phone before I went to bed to see what time it was or anything. Mm-hmm. I slept like a baby.
Oh, my gosh. That's amazing. I really have a hard time. Like, I will go to bed, but I will like pick up my phone to like listen to something relaxing or whatever before I go to bed. So maybe I'll have to try that, trying to like not have my phone like in my face before I go to sleep.
Yeah, I think it really makes a huge difference because that's the best I've slept in months.
Yeah.
And I very deliberately prayed. I made sure I didn't fall asleep while I was praying. And I closed my eyes and I slept good. And it was great. I watched The Chosen, and often in The Chosen, when Jesus is praying, he says like, please bring sleep to my eyes. And so I have started praying that too. And I feel like it's very like, how awesome is that? Like, you're depending on God even for something so simple, like, please bring sleep to my eyes. Like, let me sleep good tonight. You know, like we can ask him for anything.
Wow. Yeah. I would have never thought about something as simple as going to sleep.
Yeah. Because some people have a really hard time.
Yes, that is very true.
I'm not necessarily one of those people adamant.
Yeah.
I think you are, right? Sometimes.
I can be. Yeah. And I found that like, that's I think why the reason that I like put on like videos in the evening, like I do a lot of like soft spoken videos. Like I will even put on like somebody reading the Bible, like I think they call it like Bible ASMR, like they read the Bible like very softly and like very quietly, and it for whatever reason that helps me go to sleep.
Yeah.
So
Adam does that too. He's like, I might not be reading it, but I'm subconsciously taking it all in, even when I'm snoring. And I'm like, you're not taking that in.
I don't think it quite works like osmosis like that.
But it's a good sentiment. Whatever makes him feel better about it.
It's kind of like when you fall asleep on your textbook and it's like osmosis.
Yeah,
like,
I'm still learning. There's drool all over it, but I'm still learning.
Oh my goodness. Well, I think we are ready to wrap up for the day. I mean, I hope that y'all have enjoyed spending time on the porch with us.
I hope so too.
And we will see you all next week. Be sure if you are on Facebook to follow us on Facebook. Go ahead and give the podcast a comment, follow along, share this with a mama friend, and we will see you all next week.
Bye. God bless you guys. Thanks for spending a little time with us on the porch today. We are so grateful you're here. We pray this episode encouraged your heart, lifted you right where you are, and brought a little more grace into your day. If you enjoyed this conversation, don't forget to follow along, join the Facebook page, and share the episode with a fellow mama.
We'll be right here next week, saving you a seat. Same porch, same fellowship.